Welcome. We are going to be designing a coffee table here in Fusion. So I'm going to step you through this process. This is a potential design for a Year 11 class. So I'll go through the process of setting up the folder and then creating the parts and going from there. So I've opened up Fusion. It's come up with the default untitled file. So the coffee table that we're going to make is similar to this one here with the drawer. But we're going to design it without the drawer, which is pretty straightforward. So the first thing that we're going to do is go up here to the file save icon. We're going to go down to save. And so I already got a folder called rec, and I've made another one called year 11. So if I was to expand this, I've got within that my rec 2025 folder, I actually have different year levels in there depending on the projects that I'm making. So 2025, we're going to go into year level 11. And I'm just going to call this coffee table. I don't think I have one in there. Yep, that'll do. And I'm going to hit save. So the first thing it does is it creates, names our part up here. You can see the project saving over into the project browser. Once I'm there, I can actually then hide the data panel and it hides that file. So we're just going to quickly do that. Now on the other screen that I've got the dimensions, the drawings for the parts. And so I'll sort of be flicking backwards and forwards trying to do that and remembering what we've got here in terms of the leg sizes and the dimensions and etc. for each of those things. So I'll sort of see how we go. Hopefully I've got all the dimensions on there that I need and I can work this out. If not, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. Okay, so our legs are 45 by 45, I think, in the original design. We're going to have to maybe make a little compromise because we don't have anything 45 by 45 at school. So the closest we've got is like 40 by 40. So our first step is to go to create. We're going to create a new component. We're going to call this one here leg. And we're just going to go okay. And you can see already that this has now become, it's got like a, when you have a single component, you have a single little square there. And then when you have an assembly, which is basically components that are joined together, that creates an assembly. So you can see at the top there, we've got the coffee table where it's got 3 little blocks. That means that it's going to take various components to assemble to make that finished product. It makes it into an assembly. So we've got our leg there. We're going to create a sketch. And we could do this in a number of different ways. So I'm going to draw on what's called the XY plane, which is the bottom one for me. And I'm going to draw the sort of square shape of the bottom of the foot and extrude it upwards. So I'm going to select that plane there. And I'm going to grab our 2-point rectangle tool, start in the corner and drag out. You can go either way. It doesn't make any difference really. And so we're going to go 40 tab 40 because that's sort of what we've got at school. Press OK and we're left with that space. Now I like to do my dimensions as I'm drawing it like that, and I'll press the tab key to jump between one dimension box to the other. If you forget to do that and you just press enter, you can go up here to the create, drop down, and then down the bottom of that it's got sketch dimension. You click on that and then click on the line that you want to dimension, and then you can add these in afterwards. So I've got 40 by 40. I'm going to go finish sketch now. So there's our profile. We're going to go to extrude. We're going to grab that leg there, and I'm going to quickly just duck back to my drawing to see if I can find a height for that. And I think it is, oops. Oh, I think I've got it. 430 is the height that we want. So over here in our dimension box, we're going to type in 430. Zoom out a little bit so we can see it, and then we're going to hit OK. That is essentially our first leg that we're going to do. This one here is anchored, so we can't move that around, which is great because we're going to then reference off of that particular leg. The legs in the design do have tapers on them. They can be tapered on the 2 outside faces, or you can taper on the 2 inside faces. That choice is up to you. In the original one, I think I've got them tapering on the inside. but we might try a taper on the outside and see how that looks. We'll do that a little bit later on. Okay, so what we need to do now, or what we can do, is we can then create the rest of our legs. So if I right click on our leg component there and go copy, and then I select our top view up here, and you can see that little circle that's on the end of the name. We want to make that the active component, and you do that by clicking in that little circle. Now it has a black dot in there. So that's the top level of our tree, of our file association. So now we can go right click on that and we go paste new, and it will let us paste a second entity of the leg that we've already created. Now, I'm not sure the exact dimensions. We'll pop all of these in afterwards. So let's just put that somewhere sort of out there in space like that and go OK. We're going to repeat that process 2 more times. So paste new, and we're going to drag one down this way, go OK, and then we can go again, paste new, drag that down to there, give it there somewhere, and then drag it that way, and we get about 4 legs. Go OK. So there's the 4 legs. And what I'm going to do is we're going to color the leg that's anchored, because we're going to use that to reference off later on. It'll make it a little bit easier to tell which one's which. So on leg 1, I'm going to right click on that, go physical material, scroll down to this little window should pop up, go down to where it says wood, scroll down through there. The wood that we're going to be using is pine or pine radiata. So because they will have a similar look to them, I'm just going to grab one of those across and drag it across. If I was to do pine radiata, drag that across, you can see it looks the same. So do that and hit close. So that's going to be our fixed leg, and then the other ones we're going to reference from that. All right, I'm going to stop this video here. We'll do the next part of this process, which is the end rails in the next video. We'll do a 3rd video with the side rails. We'll do a 4th video for the tabletop, 5th video for the dominoes, and we'll basically work our way through there. 6th video might be how to assemble all the parts together. All right, thanks for watching. Tune in for the next one, and we'll show you how to go from there.